Part 2.
Yeah, there's a lot that we need to do. If you still have teachers who go to an extent of addressing learners, just to check the scriptural implementation done, it's quite problematic. As sadtu, we need to attend. We need to do these programs. Comrade gender convenance, it means we need to run these programs so that we educate our teachers, because they must not humiliate our learners. Without any waste of time, I would like to acknowledge in our midst we have Comrade Roti, which is the Benoni, Comrade Tim, sorry, it's Comrade Tim Bonobo. He's a Benoni branch secretary. Comrade, can you please greet our comrades? Long live igama lamakhosikazi. Thank you very much, Comrade Tim. Can you please ascend the stage? And communication coordinator for Constable Laga.
Good afternoon. My name is Constable Lwazi Dladla. I'm based in Actonville. I'm in charge of social crime prevention and communication in Actonville. I was hoping Hori, even Pope crew in Abanetagaso. Because the Pope cry, Kunzi. Okay, thank you for the invite. I will be a bit brief. They asked me to present about the percentages of people affected with the LGBTQI, albinism, and people with disabilities. But then the biggest issue with the SAPS, I'm sorry, I'm even wearing a uniform and there's a camera here. The biggest issue with the SAPS, that when you're opening a case, it doesn't necessarily say, Uguti, this case is related to disability or the LGBTQI or albinism. So in that matter, we are unable to get the percentage for people who are affected with the LGBTQI. How have they opened cases? of being murdered, of being assaulted, and all of that. But mostly, when we're starting with albinism, people with albinism, here around Gauteng, there's hardly cases of people affected with albinism where a person has been killed and then his or her organs being taken, or anything. So it's hardly there, but they are cases. I'm not saying they are not there, but it's hardly there and they are hardly reported. And then these three, they fall in SAPS, they fall under vulnerable groups. Vulnerable groups which are those which are women, children, people with disabilities, albinism, LGBTQI, etc., etc. So these three categories that we are speaking about today, they are mostly falling under the vulnerable groups. So when you are coming to the police station, let's say you are reporting a case that you have been assaulted. A person said words to you, we stab we. So most of the time people say when you're coming to this police station, I'm a police, I am Schläger. I think I had something like that. Oh dear, I had Schläger. But there is a room which is called a VFR in all police stations. A VFR is a victim-friendly room where you can sit. You, as an individual, you can request for it. You want to be interviewed or take a statement by whoever. I prefer a woman, I prefer a man, or whoever. In the victim-friendly room outside the CSC, where there's everyone. Sit there and in Yakuluma, we uncover everything that has occurred or happened to you. In the victim-friendly room. So those people, so we care. That doesn't mean that we don't care. We care about vulnerable people, including the people who have been raped as well. People with LGBTQI. There's an app that is called Grindr. Grindr, there's an app, a dating app that is called Grindr. 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 It's a big issue because gay people, they will go into that app and wanting whatever they want. You know, it's very hard as a gay person, as a lesbian person, to get a person from the streets. Mokala window or on the streets, and all of that. So they go to these apps. And then when they go to these apps, and there are people who are not supposed to be there. They are there, but when there's something on you. So when you get to this app, okay, you see the person, you like the person, he's around your area, maybe 10 kilometers, 5 kilometers close to you, you meet the person. One thing that they make, the mistake that they make, is that they want to meet the person in closed doors. And once you meet that person in a closed doors, and then they kidnap you. Once they kidnap you, they want what? They want money from you. They go through your apps. They withdraw the money that you have, or they ask money from your families, your friends, and everyone. So that's the biggest issue that we are having here in Gauteng, especially GP Hillbrow. That's the biggest issue with the LGBTQI community. We are not blaming them for going to that app, but it's the biggest issue. It's even there on television and all of that. It has lowered Obama because those people have been arrested. Most of them that were doing that thing, extortion around GP and Hillbrook. But around here, Benoni, Actonville, we haven't had such cases. We haven't had such cases. So, as the LGBTQI community, they need to be aware. They need to be sure on whatever that they're doing. To be sure when they are meeting a person, meet the person in a public space. Meet the person in a public space. Meet the person in a mall. Know his or her family. I don't know. Know where he works, where she works. You know, be sure, have pictures, and all of those things. So what if that happens? You can be able, when you're opening a case, and say, okay, this is the person, he did this and this and this and this. So we need to be really sure. And the teachers, I think the social worker has also shared something in regards to that, but you guys need to be aware, mostly with the learners, children, whatever that you call, OT. The learners that are affected with this, they need to be treated with extra care. You can't be treating that child as a normal child. You can never. Be sure, talk with the child. Even if once you talk with the child or the child is not opening to you, be able to have a parent, call a parent. This child is doing this and this and this and this and this. Or this child is like this and this and this and this. So that you can get into or understand the child when as a teacher. Because at the end of the day, that child spends 6 or 7 hours with you. So we really need to be careful, including the police. Including the police. The police are the most blamed people in this society. I had a case at Lisabe primary school, and I was blamed. This police officer doesn't work, doesn't do his job, and all of that. But there were claims or alleged claims of children being raped at home and all of that. So, as the SAPS, we have FCS, which are people who are dealing with the rape cases. As in the police station, we don't deal with that. We take the case, we put it to FCS, the FCS decide. So now the FCS decided if there is no case and all of that. So I was blamed. I consider that he's not doing his job, but then it's part of my job. There's nothing that I can say. So most of cases that we mostly open at the police station in regards to these 3 categories that have been mentioned, you will find assault. Assault consists of intentionally and unlawfully applying force to the person of another. Uzoshaya omunye umuntu because uthi hayi nakho isidabane or because the person living with disabilities ufuna imali yakhe. For instance, there are a lot of people living with disabilities and then bahlele ekhaya umnakekele athi hayi wena because ama uthi ngikhathele umkhahlele umphushele yabo, you're assaulting that person. You are assaulting. But when there's a day yokuthi manje ungena imali yomkholo, pension now umsondeze eduzana, and you take his or her money ngalelo langa. And it's a big issue. It's a big issue around the communities everywhere. It's an issue. So those cases are the most cases that we get at the police station. Assault and then murder. Especially murder is mostly related to albinism. And Zotola, mostly on that side of KZN, komhlaba uyalingana all of that uzothola ukuthi okay ufuna ukusebenzisa izinto or whatever izinto zakhe ukuze enze umuthi with that person body parts. So that's what mostly that we get. I think that's all for me. Thank you so much.
I was like, you, man, you're missing I'm very fluent in English though. So, a media practitioner by profession. I'm also a voiceover artist, and yeah, I'm just in the media industry. I have a physical disability, as you guys can see, but to me, I don't see myself as a disability. Yes. I was not even. That's why I must come speak about the challenges. There are no challenges that I face growing up because to me, my community around me, from Ekai, from Ifeme, Abasali, they never treated me differently. The neighbors' kids, and they were normal. So I would only see myself as different. Okay. So So I went to a disabled school. It was a disabled school or disabled, it was physical disability. And then I matriculated, and I think that's when life started for me in matric, after matric, because I was like, okay, Monday, what's going to happen? I initially wanted to be a social worker, but life took another turn. I applied at UJ, Nase Vets, but Natasha Vets, and I studied journalism at, not Vets, at UJ. When I got to UJ, I did journalism. That's when life started for me, because that's when I was like, okay, why got to go Magalit? Why got to go Shibileso? What's I going? And I would meet people, but for me, meeting those people were, I want to get to know people. I don't want to associate myself with disabled, because I'm not disabled too. I'm disabled. So I had a lot of normal friends from Bunyaning, Keregeni, and Koko, UJ. I had a lot of normal, as I say, normal friends. And then for UJ, I would also go to, there's a thing called PsyCat, where you go as a disabled person, where you get extra time, maybe when you do your exams, it's accessibilities and other things. But I spoke to them, and I told them, sorry, I full extra time at the exam. If the exam is 2 hours, I will finish for 2 hours. I'm not special. Fast forward to that, I didn't finish my degree at UJ. I went to Boston Media House because I wanted to do radio. So that's where the media practitioner diploma came in. I specialized in radio broadcasting. I did my diploma there. After my diploma, I got a few internships at the SABC. I did a few, there and there, go SABC. I was working in the TV news desk. Liboteni, they also have specialties for people with disabilities, and I was like, I keep going. I don't belong there. Fast forward to that, I worked at KFM and I was producing for Thabo Mokweli. He was the best team in the city. Yeah, that was very fun. I love that. Then I moved to another radio station, a Massive Metro, where DJ Sbu was, and I was producing his show. So yeah, all in all, my journey was not challenging at all. I think challenging came in when looking for work, because for me, I feel like in the workplace, but they look for, we can't, and I think that needs to change. We can't apply for, not that we can't apply, we apply for big roles, like a management role, or like a CEO role, or and then you don't get chosen for that because of how you look. And for me, I was like, but nah, I'm not disabled more in my mind. I'm not. Believe it or not, I and go wherever. I go to Jersey, streets of Jersey alone. And people look at me like, where's Anjan? And I'm like, I'm born in a disability. So why do you think this how it is? I have my own company, by the way. So for me, I live a mark in people's lives. When I meet you, I make sure and I'm because I'm disabled. What to my own papa? I'm a people's person, and I think most importantly, my parents, because they never as different. And what I want to leave everyone with was disability can happen to anybody. Anybody can be disabled. And you are disabled. You need to start living and accepting. So I think my God-given talent, and I think what God has brought me on this earth to be, is to live His purpose. There's nothing that can hold me back. I go out to parties, I go out to restaurants, and for me the biggest thing is accessibility. As the social worker was speaking about for accessibility, for me, you get to places where steps. Now the steps is on that's the only challenge I get sometimes these days. So I think maybe if restaurants could incorporate getting access to us, because there was this one time I went to, there's a Tiger's Walk or Irene Village, and the best place was to sit, was go upstairs. So she came and she's like, I'm like, are you telling me Uguti, the best place to sit? She's like, no, as in you're like, like, I want to take pictures up there. I want to show people who talk there. And I got up. I went up those stairs. I went up and I was sitting upstairs with my friends. And that's again, I pushed myself to the limit because I don't want people feeling sorry for me. That's one thing exciting. And I don't know if it's just me, but for me, maybe ask me if you need to assist me in doing this. Then I say, okay, go on to this. But if it's all go on to this, let me do it myself. And if I can't anymore, then help me. So, thank you. I can still get Gladys for this opportunity. Now I want to thank you for suggesting me. I just want to walk away and say to the teachers, for me, I think we need to incorporate, I don't know how, but I don't know, disability teachings, more curriculum. I don't know if it could be in life skills or life orientation about disability, because we need to start them off we not familiar and even oh, why, Mama, why are you so, why, so? Then they explain to the child, and the child, alright. So I think it starts with onku. She's born different. And then I'm like, I wonder the fact that teacher and you stood your ground and you didn't let your disability get into the way of you being where you are today. And I'm not the people who go, I won't say anything. Nah. No. So I can offer very much for this opportunity. Not to, I don't be so lucky to see you.
Thank you so much, Maggie. Can you just give her a round of applause? She deserves it. You know, she's such an inspiration. Such an inspiration. You know, I so wish, I think you're going to get more invitations from me. You're an inspiration to those who are born differently. Because we tend to look down on positive. Why do we look like this? I so wish what you are saying, we should teach our kids in some home, because they say it starts from home. They see other people differently. It starts from home. Thank you so much, my sister. Now we are moving to the next item. Comrade Sanke, can you bless us with your voice?
Former deputy. Where's Mr. Welcome? Yes. The students are talking about fun. So we had our former deputy who had vitiligo. So each time they was going, they were like, yo, but there was just one day now, Waba explained, look, I was just like you. And. But ekhuleni ngazibona nje so ngithelani ndamkele the way ngakhona yazi kwachinja umloko each time ehamba esikoleni they would change even abazali sifuna lo useko njani. Yes, so I chose ingoma ethi break every shame. Sadtu, to break every shame by doing ama-programs afana la. Sorry for that. Let's go, this is our next one.
one of our own, the education specialist, Nkalapi, one of our own. Mutuambona, haili muetapili, mutuambona, haili muetapili.
For every gain, to taste the sweet, I face the pain, I rise and fall. Yet through it all, this much remains. I want one moment in time, when I'm more than I thought I could be, when all of my dreams are a heartbeat away, and the answers are all up to me. Revolutionary greetings. All of protocol observed, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Kati biso kutiana kore mgala Portugal. And this is a boy who was born in Kronstadt Mountain in 1979. To date, I think that I have 45 years. Yes. Having to have been born there in Kronstadt Mountain, I went to all the schools that were there, from my primary to my secondary, up until to my tertiary education. Fortunately, at that time, there was a teacher's college, no? At then, yes, teacher's college. And you know what? I'm speaking on behalf of the classified LGBTI. I don't know how to spell it. Please find it within yourself to find the space where I am. And having said that, I went to all the schools on that day. If I can recollect in my memory box from my being young, and some of the people who were before me, they told me, hey, when always told to feed another physical thing. So I said, okay. And then you would wear your sister. I'm the last grandchild of my grandparents. So you can count how many are the last. And now the person who comes before me is my sister from my mother's sister. So we grew up all together. So I would wear their dresses, do all that and whatnot. And at school, I would have this entourage of those girls. Nailina and Ding leader, every leader. Because I believe that I was born to lead. Yes. I still am believing in that. So, Nebatamaya and when you have discrimination, whenever I'm king. I was able to and through that, now I was staying. I was not a Christian. So these ones, when they wanted to like and they were all telling me that I was clean. I don't know because none favorite teacher and me, my being the favorite of the teachers, I was not doing it aloofly. In South Africa, this munati something. So what happened is that even at the college, secondary. Yes, like I'm telling you, from primary up until the college, I was in leadership of some sort. So colleging, like we are addressing these things, let's call this and fast forward it when it comes to your being gender or behaving like that and whatnot. First year, Ha re tla kena ko college, ne ke kgutlela ko maths. Ke fetse maths. Fortunately, ko college ne ba hlola intake le masho. So mem o mong a re nkala. Ska tlo senya nako ya hao. Ya go mphoha di ke mama maths ya ka le right. A re ngwanaka nka le dibuka tseo tse so dinki o tsane ka tsona. It will be part. When I reflected back, I kina le ya go register. To be honest, kaya apere di shorts di buka ke tla se go hae ke aya ka ba se ka mata le batho ke tshwere di transcript ka nako e. Okay, ha ke fitla ke bone 1 2 3 big bats ba bana ba tswela go from the secondary. Other people they will make you feel more they are themselves once they are there.
Yeah.
Naki mtibela ko secondary in senior yanga sa mwana ko college ke thank you so very much. Hi. Kanga how? Wena usole mo ufumane part of the gold enenza le batla. O we had it okay, fine here king class. They wanted to they announced to go and check your names for those ones who have been taken by a admin office by the register. My name was on the 5th from the list. I cried like I don't know. The cry is for the joy, the other cry is for registering. Okay. I went to the this is my situation right now. I'm in phone. What's my message to us? I waited for a move right now. It's about she did a stable condition, they said what not. I can see it. I don't want this thing that just got into me. It's really harsh. When it comes to the baby, okay, here comprehension. Never says about like for that matter. That is why they had said to clean. Clean for that matter. So in Bizarre, I'll see. Jenna, and you dare not tell anyone. Ne? Okay. Yes, I have the Matsatsi answer that I keep very much. Yeah. I keep feeling the other day. All college in Yarona in the admin, like admin in the moon. How can I be a straight ka foil? Came to me. Yeah, right. I had that already. Kill a one of thing. Give more young Yabu. Pusha, Kabafita, more, Muhammad, I can get the registrations and everything. Pusha. Who let you in? Don't you know the procedure? Amen. Oh, and I can't get out one that is something. Jenna. What's up, say? I'm getting a matata. I don't know if it's a sin. I get to the man. And give it a more. To close it out was sin. Give my king that is some kind. Also, sin at you. When no one that is some kind. I will give you a check the credentials as I want to know. Did it end it when it's about qualifying and not? Okay, sure. He came to first year. Give it time. That is what I'm saying. Even if you can be classified as what?
Yes.
It's only the status in, say, the sexual preference. The classifications are referred. They are not of this world.
Yes.
And nobody's going to take them away from you. They can say all they want. They can do all they want. They can orchestrate, but highly out here how we do it. First year, okay, so we can get into my first year here. Let's have you give up Havana di Buka. Na, Manabana Kik. I signed the industrious. Get a Babatlandi, Banandi Buka, Shabanandi Buka. Have a present the assignment. Have a present the assignment, the charge one. Come on. Ubuntu ba charge, okay. I have it all one. Yes. And you know what happened is that through tenacity and not giving up at the very same time. I didn't hold college, yes. Have your groove. I'm not for it. 1, 2, 3, at least 1, 2, 3. By the recruiting, I can tweet. Have a fit presentation. See, number 1. Number 1, what? Hi, Banam Obata, he could come well up, man. Now, what I want to say in a nutshell is that in my story being labeled as homosexual, it was like that and it is still like that. And Haki pay fancy. Haki incredible food. On Ratan and Ratikilitin. And the unfortunate part of everything is that they evolve into something for you. Now I'm bad about gay because other people in born how can you say better than what you are saying? If you are going to give me that particular class. So then that so that they can reason well themselves. You can also see that in this direction more. As kisi kikupa mwibua by when I see for you to do as an adult, as a parent, as a teacher for that matter, you create a safety net. You create a safety net. And unfortunately, in the class, now I have even created a culture for these ones about gay and whatnot. I can own up to those names. How did that how libito? But according to Tinyana Kare, how na homa facility in way to change. So if you are going to allow them to hurt you by labeling you, it's up to you. It's up to you to give them what they want. Still a father to Babang platform Baba just because. Get a book and one thing worse. But
Part 3 follows.